Hey guys, I wanted to make a little video that was a bit longer and kind of journaled what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, where we're going, that kind of thing. So I think I'd start by telling you why I'm getting into this. What's the reason? So yeah, the topic of this one is the why behind the why, if you like. So I will ramble a bit in this one. It's going to be unedited, and I'd prefer to do it that way than for it to be, you know, too censored or too forced or anything like that. So I love running. There should be no secret. I love running. I think that running is good, not just for people who already love running, but for people who don't know they love running yet. I think that it is one of the things that makes us human. I believe that it's in our biology. It's not just a form of exercise. I think that when you get into anything that is of a greater level of discipline, it starts to make a lot of other things click in a positive way in your life. And for me, that is running. And so um, that's kind of the thing that I want to share. And that's the thing that I want to dig deeper into with most people. So maybe like running is the gateway for other things that are cool, other achievements that you want to get to. And many people will have that same parallel kind of thing for lots of other things, whether it's weightlifting, whether it's who knows, copywriting, or even I don't know, crochet, who knows. But yeah, for me it's running, and this is what I want to get into. Essentially, it's that when you put the hard work into something over a prolonged period of time, you get to understand how good the act of putting that hard work in is on lots of other things. You get the understanding, you start to develop layers. And so what I'm building is called the Guild of Runners. I wanted to flip the idea of a running club on its head. I love the running community, but I struggle with going for group runs or going out for runs with people. Not because I don't like running with people. The idea of running with people seems fine, but I find it so much easier and more peaceful or more meditative, or I can have a thinky run a lot easier if I'm just on my own. Um, Similarly, I can decide to not listen to anything on my headphones, or I could go to a podcast and learn something, or I could listen to some music and escape and feel some emotion. Um, so for me, I love the running community, but the idea of running with other people doesn't appeal to me as much. So I wanted to harness and harvest all of the things that make a running community great in the literal sense of the word, and draw upon that digitized aspect that we have got the ability to harvest in this day and age. So I wanted to take all of the good aspects of that. I wanted to digitize it, create something on the school platform, and help people try and congregate somewhere online so they could kind of do the same thing as me. Like they could still go for group runs or runs with friends if they wanted to, but really they can also get a lot of the other aspects of a running club without actually being part of a traditional running club if they don't want to. I also, alongside that, wanted to digitize the idea of a running event. Last year in 2024, I hosted my very first running event locally. It got a modest few entrants. I had 7 people enter, and it was great fun, and I loved it. And the people that joined, I feel like I've got a connection with them for life. The difficulty that I had with this kind of thing is that um, I loved the process of running, of setting up and hosting a running event. Some of the paperwork and the admin and the bureaucracy locally was a bit much for something so small, and that didn't feel very good. It felt like I could have just done it more informally and given myself an easier time. But I also didn't want for better or for worse, the pressure of being tied to one particular location to host that same running event every year, potentially, if I really liked it, for the rest of my life, that was a little bit scary. So I decided to not do that and to try and digitize that too, along with the running club idea. And so I thought that if you've already got a digitized or digital running club, that you could also have a digital running challenge, like a running event. So that's why we have a monthly run as many miles as you can challenge. I'm not the kind of person who chases, speed or a particular other metric that usually favors people that are, track athletes. I'm an endurance athlete. I finished an Ironman in 2014 and I've done an ultra marathon in 2021. And that's kind of more my style. I like slower, I like longer events. Tortoise and the hare, if you like. So I wanted to bring that to more people. So let's dig into some of the whys behind why I could do this or why I have done it. So this is some of the journey. Of course, by doing this, I wanted to have that kind of community vibe. I wanted people, from a community point of view, to feel like they belong to something. I wanted them to feel like they are heard. I wanted them to be able to ask other people for help, to be mentored by other people, to have that little bit of vulnerability where they can also seek that advice and that help from other people who had maybe already tackled what they wanted to. Another core element of it is I wanted to have that level of competition. When I go and sign up for a marathon or a half marathon, I like competing. I don't compete with anyone else, I compete with myself. So that's what I like, and I think that other people are also the same. So I want people to feel purpose from competing. I want people to feel that level of progress from competing with themselves or just training over a long period of time. I wanted to share in the banter of it, of course, because there are highs, there are also lows, and having that element of, humility, of comedy, you can roll with the punches, that's also massive as well. So being able to say, hey, I done rubbish on this last run, or hey, I literally put my shoes on the wrong feet for half a mile before realizing, that's hilarious, and we need that as people. So that level of banter is really important in the competition as well. I also wanted people to have a target. It's good. That kind of Maslow's hierarchy of needs thing. We kind of need that self-actualization. We need that kind of thing in our crosshairs to go after. That's really important as well. Another pillar of all of this is the emotional reward, or the recognition, in other words. So I wanted people to feel recognized for the effort that they put into these things, because it's a massive amount of effort doing any kind of sport for over a long period of time. I also wanted people to feel that they have some sort of status from being able to put in that level of effort. And it's really important for people when you need that kind of level of status, for better or for worse, just purely talking about this objectively. You can be seen as high status by doing something of high achievement from either people who have already achieved that and they go, hey, you did that too, that's amazing, or from people who haven't yet achieved it, which is like, oh my god, that's amazing that you did that, I could never do that. Both things have got their own unique value, and so that kind of perceived status as well is something that's really important for people. And also, this is a big and kind of underrated one as well, is people want that signal of what they're kind of doing in life is okay and is a good thing, just kind of like that validation, and that's really important as well. Now, because I've digitized this, a massive core element of all of this is I don't want people to feel like they're tied to any location. The point is that you could join this and you could be anywhere. We've already got people in the UK, in South Africa, in America. We've got people all over the world already joining in, competing. And a chap in Utah already won our first monthly running challenge. So I sent him a prize via PayPal, and that's awesome. And I want that to continue. So I don't want, in today's day and age, people to feel like they are constrained by the location, that they can't be part of a global running tribe all going towards one common goal. That is pivotal and really essential for what I believe in. Finally, there is, of course, the physical reward, or in other words, the compensation. If you do go into a running race and you do come out as the top 1, 2, or 3 people in that race, you want to be rewarded for that. That's really important. You know, you want to get something in return for your outsized effort. You don't want participation trophies. And I take this with a pinch of salt, because it's nice doing a big half marathon and getting a trophy. Getting a medal. That's really standard. That's nice. But we also do want as well that extra thing for when we really do come out as the winners or in the top 3. That's really, really important. You need to reward people for outsized effort. You want tangible rewards for tangible work. Or, I guess, as they used to say, really common, is you want honest work for honest pay. So if you put the hours in, you put the effort in, you want the honest payback. You want that reward. So that's kind of it. I will do more of these, longer form. We'll dig into more things. They'll be more conversational. They won't be edited. And I hope you follow for more like this. Come and join the Guild of Runners. There's a link in my profile. There's already people engaging and competing monthly. They're recording runs. They are they're posting what they're already doing. They're running on Strava, they're running through Nike, whatever. They're simply posting that over into the group, and they are logging miles. We're tallying it up, and whoever comes out on top can potentially be a winner at the end of the month. So that is already going on, and there is only going to be more going on. We're going to be adding more, but we want to build it with you in mind. So if any part of what I've been talking about in this video or others resonates with you, I want you to join, and I want you to give me some thoughts on what you would like out of this kind of group, because we have got a wealth of knowledge. Myself, and of course others, we've got decades of experience in endurance running specifically. We can help you get you where you want to be. So we want your insights in what would make a really good group and a really good community. So yeah, link in my profile to the Guild of Runners. Come and join us.